Hello, friends. Happy Sunday, January 2nd. New Year. Same me. So glad to see you. I came here today to talk about you, my friends, and talk about where you fit into your day. So when I ask you, where do you fit into your day? You're going to be like, duh, Lauren, I'm in my whole day. I'm there the whole time. I wake up, I do things, I do more things, take care of some stuff, go to sleep. I'm with me the whole time. And great job answering that question super literally. But like, where are you making choices in your day? I guess is the question. I have noticed that a lot of my clients and a lot of people I talk to do a lot of saying it's fine. Hey, can you help me with such and such? Oh, well, I'm right in the middle of this project, but it's fine. I can do it. I'll take care of it. No problem. And in our heads, our brains are like, it's not fine. I'm super freaking busy. How could that person ask me to help with this thing? And it comes in at home too, right? Like, oh, hey, can you cook dinner? Can you pick up the kids? Can you give me a ride to the mechanic? All of those kinds of things that just sort of come up. And you do them because you're a team player, you're a family player, you're part of a whole web of relationships that you want to maintain and nurture. You've got a lot to give. You're a person who likes to give and who likes to be in, right? And there's this fear, I think, if we say no, of offending people, of isolating, of not being asked again the next time to help with something that maybe you would want to help with another time. But I challenge you to think about as you go into the new year, and I'm not like a big New Year's person. I'm not big on resolutions. I'm not big on like, oh, New Year, fresh start. 2 days ago, I had the same hair and face I have today. So it's not the turn of the year clock that really gets me, but it is like in society that now it's a new year and we're supposed to add things to our plates, right? So I used to be a New Year's resolution person. And like everybody else, it was some years it was find a new job. Some years it was I'm going to read a book every month. Some years it was I'm going to read 3 books every month. Some years it was I'm going to learn to cook. I'm going to hire a nutritionist, trainer, Spanish tutor, whatever it was. But there was always something when I was setting New Year's resolutions, there was always something like, I'm not good enough and I have to do more to be better. And the fact is, you probably don't have time to do more right now. You are bogged down. Work is harder than it's ever been. Some of us are back in the office. Some of us are still working from home. Some of us are hybrid, which makes it like even harder to feel like you have a rhythm and a pattern to your day. And everything's like mashed together in this pandemic time. And everything just feels like a lot of pressure. And so saying I'm fine and saying it out loud or saying it to ourselves when we've agreed to things that we don't really want to agree to, or when we've taken on projects we don't really want to take on, or when we're doing a job we don't really want to be doing. The it's fine is almost like a grown-up security blanket, right? Like it's like a self-soothing little pacifier to have that moment, that flash where you're like, can't believe you freaking asked me to do that. I don't have time for that. Or I'm going to add things to my plate. I'm going to do more stuff. When the freak am I going to find time to do that? And then your brain is like, no, you're fine. It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Right. And you get this sort of soothed feeling out of telling yourself that you're fine. Here's the problem. You will get to a point, if you're not already, where the word fine is like icky and painful. And where you don't want to be fine anymore. but you don't know what the alternatives are because you have built this life, and a lot of your life is great. And in some respects, you don't want to change it. You have a partner, you have kids, or you have hobbies, or you love that you get to plan your schedule when you're not working. But work takes a lot of your time and your energy, and you can get into this place where you don't want to be in this sort of center of fine anymore, because you start to realize that it's not actually fine, that you resent the work, that you resent the job, that you resent that you're not paid enough, that you resent that your boss is toxic, that you resent that you're not having more fun at work, that you're stagnant, or whatever your fine pacifier is, whatever the thing is that makes you just do that self-soothing, like, I'm fine, it's fine, we're fine, everything's fine, it's all fine. It's time to sort through that. And so I say, if you have any New Year's resolutions, throw them out. Because in a week or in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks, when you haven't started working with a trainer, or you haven't started cooking meals 5 times a day, or you haven't started meal prepping on Sunday nights for the entire week so you don't have to worry about it at all, or you haven't cleaned out the closets, or whatever the crazy New Year's resolutions are that we set for ourselves that we don't actually intend to do, that are like really a list of things that are wrong with us, things that need to be fixed. And why not do it January 1st? It's a brand new year, right? But you hit that time 2 or 3 weeks into the year when you realize, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to be just as dissatisfied with myself this year as I was last year. And that's not fine. And because you're going to say, like, and that's fine. It's fine. I didn't have a trainer last year, so I don't need one this year. I didn't do a whole lot of cooking last year, so I'm not going to do it this year. Every time I meditate, I open one eye to check how long I've been meditating. And so, it's not going to be different this year. I don't need to really set goals around it. It's fine. And you're going to, it's fine yourself right into burnout. So here's my challenge for you on this second day of the new year. I want you to set a resolution that doesn't start on January 1st, because we're too late. It's January 2nd. But I want you to resolve to do less of something in your life. Could be work related, could be family, friend, obligation related. I want you to find one thing that you can take off of your plate this year. That's what I spent most of last year doing. I took my corporate job off my plate. I took the pressure I was putting on myself to make everything perfect off my plate. I took blow drying my hair off my plate, embraced my waves. And man, that is a time saver, I'll tell you. And this year I am taking the pressure to have a structured schedule off of my plate. And that was something I really batted around last year. Left my corporate job in July and moved into full-time entrepreneurship, and was a little bit in sort of a flailing place of, resisting any kind of schedule because I didn't want it to be like corporate life. And then also feeling like without a really specific schedule, that I didn't know what to do with my time. And I'm still learning how to handle my time as an entrepreneur, because there's nobody who actually needs anything from me except for my clients, basically at their scheduled times. Sometimes my clients will call me on demand and need some support in between our calls. And I'm always open to that and strongly encourage it. But I'm really, working in a place where I have all of the freedom. And we just got a comment here from Lee. Thanks for commenting. Best thing I did last year was to create a stop doing list for myself. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. What are the things that we can take off of our plates? And so for me, for this year, my stop doing list is stop forcing myself to be in schedule. So I've created a schedule for when I see clients that's really specific and repetitive. So my clients have some predictability on their side. And I've also on purpose created some freedom. and some time that's just open with choice. And I have lists of things I want to do and try. And I also have a list of things that I want to keep boundaries on for myself. And one of those things, which I stopped doing last year, was free work. Doesn't mean I don't have networking calls. I have them all the time, and I love meeting people and I love helping. But I'm also saying no to work that doesn't light me up. I do some consulting work on the side, but I've said no to a couple of things, and I ended a contract at the end of the year that wasn't lighting me up. The people I was working with were lighting me up, but the work itself wasn't for me. And so my challenge to you as we start the new year is to build, as Lee said, build a stop list. Or oh, Matt, thank you so much for coming by. Nice to see you. I try to limit my to-do list to 5 items. So great. Oh, great. I got my first spam comment on a live. Congratulations to me. I think I've made it now that I've got a spam comment. My dreams online. Maybe I'll find out. Yeah. So as you're setting up your year, as you're getting into things, think about the things that are fine. And a great way to do this is to have a piece of paper next to you on your desk while you're working. And every time you say it's fine, write down the thing that you said it's fine about. And then you have a list of things that you're justifying, a list of things where you're like sort of self-soothing and saying, hey, it's okay. We're okay. And that's your starter list of the things that you don't want to be doing anymore, because your brain doesn't have any space for what you want to do until you start taking some things off your list. I'm here to help. So reach out to me if you want some help and advice, or if you want to set up a strategy call to talk about getting out of the trap of being fine. And I want to hear from you. Tell me how you're working to get out of being fine, or to get out of the things that you're doing that you're justifying as being fine that aren't really fine because you don't really want to do them, but you're doing them anyway because it's fine. So glad to be here with you. Happy, healthy, wealthy new year. And I'll see you online.